Hello, how are you doing? Hope all is going well with you and your pregnancy. I'm on to rant again. I feel like I'm doing a lot of ranting these days, but yeah, sometimes things come up in the week and they just drive me nuts, and I just want to come on, and it's too long to put in the post. So I just want to come on and talk for a few minutes. Not yesterday, I think the day before yesterday, I had done a post on CTGs, which is the monitoring, and the risks around them and whatever. And somebody commented, you can see the comments below the post, that they didn't want to be on their back either. That's one of the risks with CTGs, is you end up lying on your back. And they wanted to get up on all fours, and that was, they were listening to their own instincts, they were listening to their own body. Which is, if you tune into your own body, is what your own body will naturally want to do, not lie flat on your back. So they wanted to do that, and they were physically restrained from doing it by the midwives. And I mean, I know that's a rare occurrence, but it's not rare enough. It should never happen. It should never happen that somebody physically restrained you in labour, no matter what you're trying to do. And in this case, she was trying to do a totally sensible thing, which was get off her back. And if she didn't want to be monitored anymore, then she didn't need to be. She had the right not to be monitored anymore, but they physically restrained her so they could keep the monitor on her. And yeah, it just makes me so mad when I hear things like that, because it just shouldn't be. You wouldn't hear of that in any other part of medicine. And if something similar has happened to you, the first thing I want to say is, because I get this in my DMs a bit too from some people, is, that, oh, I know I shouldn't have put up with it, or I feel so guilty now. You should never feel guilty for something that somebody did to you. You're in a very vulnerable position. You are trying to give birth to your baby. All these hormones flowing, all your brain wants to instinctively do is concentrate on what's happening. You shouldn't have to be dealing with crap like that, with people trying to make you do what you do not want to do. That's not your job, and you shouldn't feel guilty if you've already had a birth and done something that you didn't want to do but were forced into doing by your midwife or your doctor or whatever. So please don't feel guilty about it, because you were in a very, very vulnerable position. But what I want to say is, especially if you're a first-time mom too, is you do not have to put up with this crap. You do not have to do anything you do not want to do in labour. And what I really want to talk to is birth partners. So if you've watched this video, make your birth partner watch it as well, okay? Because that's their job. There's a lot of other things that birth partners can do, of course. They can be, providing comfort measures and pain relief measures and helping your mindset and all that kind of thing. But what I really want to say in this video is, the number one thing that they can do is be your advocate, okay? Understand what your choices are, and if you want to say no to something, they should be the one fighting your corner. If it needs to be a fight, a lot of times it's not, but if it needs to be a fight, that's their job. Their job is to be your advocate, stand up for you, say no, and of course, if anybody tries to physically do something to you that you don't want, that they step in and stop it immediately. And again, I know that is not sometimes easy. It can be sometimes hard to have the confidence and the belief that you're doing the right thing by saying no to something. But that's where, education comes in, understanding birth, understanding your choices, understanding why you have both decided certain things for your birth plan. So that you can have that confidence to say no. Because again, you want the birthing mom to not be worried about that kind of stuff, to be focusing inward, to be concentrating on her breathing or whatever she's doing in order to get this baby born. And you don't want mom to be dealing with, no, she doesn't want a CTG, or no, she doesn't want to get on the bed. That is the birth partner's biggest role, is to be the advocate. So if you're a birth partner and your mom has just made you watch this video, make sure that is your number one job. Make sure you understand the birth plan. Make sure you're very, very comfortable and very confident with your choices, because I know it is difficult. I know when a doctor or midwife says, oh, it would be better on the bed, or oh, you know, the hospital policy is to do a routine CTG on admission. It is hard to say no. So you've got to be confident. You've got to be sure of your choices. You've got to do the research or go to a class or whatever it takes for you to feel confident in saying no. Because at the end of the day, the person who is the biggest expert in that room is the birthing mother. She knows her own body. She has her own birthing instincts. And if she says no to something, you've got to trust her that she is right and that she, you know, is the expert. And it is her choice. It is her body, her baby, her choice. So that's my rant for today. As I say, it is, something to extreme of somebody physically holding somebody down so they can't go on all fours is a very rare occurrence, and I don't want to be scaring anybody. But you know, there's probably going to be something in your birth plan that you're going to want to say, no, I don't want this intervention, or I want this alternative intervention. So you want to be confident, you want to be strong, you want to feel empowered that you can do that on the day. And as I say, you really want your birth partner to have that confidence to be able to advocate for you. So that's my little rant for the day. Hope that helps. And if you have any questions, comments on that, please feel free to add them below. Or, you know, if, as always, if it's anything personal or private, you can DM me.